So welcome loves, if you're new here, my name is Charlotte. This is my vlog of a day in the life in Mexico. On this day, we woke up in Mazunte, Mexico. Mazunte is a little beach town on the Pacific coast in the state of Oaxaca. Mazunte is known for its beautiful beaches, yogic, old school hippie culture, and the incredible sunsets and music. There's a big traveller community here and it's pretty rural as well, which makes it a little bit expensive. It's quite surprising some of the prices here. But for this cabin that we've got here, we're paying about £600 for the month. Yeah, that's how much it is. And it's quite rare that you also have a kitchen in Mazunte, so we're quite lucky to have that and we're really close to the beach. It's an incredible spot here and we love it. And as you can see here, I'm just preparing our morning drinks. And this varies, but right now we are drinking warm lime water with apple cider vinegar first thing when we wake up. The benefits of apple cider vinegar and lime water are it really helps to support digestion, it alkalizes the body, it helps to boost metabolism, it's a natural detox, helps to stabilize blood sugar. There's loads of benefits. It also hydrates and replenishes your electrolytes. Drinking warm water is something that I learned when I was doing my yoga teacher training in India. So I start the day with my beautiful fiance Pablo. Pablo is from Mexico, he's from Mexico City, and we met in Guatemala. So we start our day with intention settings and with a little bit of yoga, some stretching, some breathing, some meditation, and some journaling. And most days we wake up with the sun and we start our day with a morning practice. Every day is different. Today we're going to be doing yoga and then on a mini hike to see the sunrise, which we'll show you. My practice changes day to day. There's been so many things over the years, but yoga has always been the consistent. Meditation in particular, I think, is one of the most powerful technologies that we have. Sitting with yourself with compassion and non-judgment, it's an incredible thing and something that I feel gives us that breath above all the water. So like I was saying, meditation is incredible, yes, but so is the power of presence. I studied Japanese Zen Buddhism for a year when I was at university. Loved it so much that I wrote my thesis on it. I became obsessed. And one of the main points in Zen is mindfulness and the importance of being present and being of service to those around you. Following on from this, one of my teacher's monks suggested that we should only meditate for 20 minutes a day. We do not want to get lost in meditation, but rather be actively practicing it in every single moment. For me, this teaching of mindful presence is one of the most powerful, potent, and ancient tools that we have. It guides us back to our inner wisdom, loving awareness, and ultimately the peace that is always within us. And this teaching really shows me and teaches me to be of service and to understand that we're all part of one. And it also teaches me to really move past my own inner critic to prioritize the healing of the collective and ultimately the healing of myself as well. And off we go home. So we're now on our journey back to the cabin. We're gonna go home, have a shower, go and grab some smoothie, and then Pablo and I are both gonna go to work. So you can see what it's like working in Mazunte. So although I'm doing a lot of feminine focus practices right now, there is always this lens of presence. There's always this lens of being grounded and ultimately tuning into your senses and applying mindfulness to everyday life. I've studied many different practices throughout my life, and now I'm really learning to blend them all together and really find what works for me. So this is the walk from Mamajita to Mazunte. So it's uphill, and honestly this hill got me every time, but I noticed that every single day I obviously walk up and down this hill, that I really needed it. And actually it's something that Pablo and I are going to start doing more, which is we need to walk more. We need to get our aerobic fitness up. And we love walking and swimming and everything, but I'm very aware that we need to get our fitness up. So walking up this hill was amazing. I can just feel myself getting stronger every single time, so that was really great. And yeah, it's a really beautiful walk. We walked past the cemetery. On the way, also, we always stopped at this local mamita's house to get sopecitos. But this morning, we are going to have smoothies. That's what we both fancied this morning. So we're just on the way to get our smoothies and our smoothie bowl and get ready for a day of work. After our smoothie bowl, we take a walk down to the beach and where we're going to be working. So Pablo is going to be working right in front of the beach, and I work in a workspace just next to where Pablo is working. So we're really, really close in proximity. I'm just going to show you the beach. It's absolutely beautiful. And a little fun fact is, before Pablo and I met in Guatemala, which is nearly a year and a half ago, we were both living in Mazunte at the same time, but we never met each other. We both made a prayer and a wish with the water that we would meet and find our person that we wanted to really build a life with and travel the world with and hopefully one day have children with. So it's really beautiful. We both made a wish for the sea and we both got our wish granted. Yeah, mine was about 5 days later, to be fair. It was a really quick manifestation. And then returning back to this place is really, really special for both of us. Hello loves, welcome. So right now I've arrived at a workspace which is called The Architect in Mazunte. It's one of my favourite places, the view is amazing, and yeah, I just get loads of work done here because I don't know, there's something about being connected with like a large body of water, aka the ocean, and the sun beating down, and you know, I've got like a iced matcha. Delicious. I'm trying to have a bit of a break on coffee at the moment because coffee just gives me like the shudders, you know, like coffee is just super intense. So right now I'm just trying to find other beautiful beverages that nourish my body and feel great while I'm drinking them and afterwards. So loves, let's talk about what I'm working on today. So I've just arrived at the workspace, as I said, and yes, I have a long list of things to do. You might be wondering, what am I doing exactly? So the first thing I'm going to do is open my emails and have a little look into one of my case studies. So the case study that I'm working on today is for womb steaming. So those of you that don't know, over the past year now, I've been deeply studying and working with a teacher to learn how to care for women, learn how to holistically care for a woman's body, and how to bring women really back into balance and be really rooted in their wombs, in their bodies, and with the earth body. And one of the main ways that we do this in my new line of work is to work by centering the womb and to really live in honor of the womb. And so one of the ways that you can really do this and start to ritualize your experience with your womb is to do womb steaming. So what I'm doing right now is, for my case study, is one of my case studies submits a questionnaire that I've sent her, and then I read it back, and then I will create a personalized protocol for her based on her needs. So an example might be a lady that's having menstrual cramps, maybe feels disconnected from her womb and is having, you know, brown blood at the start of every bleed. Womb steaming will be amazing for that, because all of the steam, and especially the certain plants that I will prescribe to a lady with these particular symptoms, will really work on cleansing the womb. It's really beautiful practice because it really encourages women to slow down, to connect with the herbs from the earth, to really carve some time for themselves. And steaming just naturally cleanses the womb space and helps to really move out old blood and really bring the energy and the awareness that's normally up here or out there, really back to the body and down into our intuitive center. So womb steaming is amazing. So I'm just going to write out the personalized protocol for my case study today. And within that case study, I will talk her through everything about womb steaming and give her a little background. So that's number one. So the second thing I've got to do today is my admin. So definitely my main focus now with my work is that I'm self-employed, is I really want to begin to be focusing on women and women's work and women's healing. So I've been working in the healing world for about 5 years now, mostly working with Reiki, with Seishim, angelic Reiki, really specifically focused on energy work. I was studying Peruvian shamanism for 4 years, really deeply because of their energy work. So although my focus really is for women now, I'm heading back to the UK in less than 4 weeks, and I've got about 4 days free before I then drive to France, and I really want to fit in some of my clients. So I've got about 8 healings within those 4 days. I might be able to fit in like 1 or 2 more, but I've got about 8 in those 4 days, and these are different healings. Some of them are Reiki healings, some of them are working with cacao and also energy healing. A couple of them are working with flowers and working with the land. This is really signifying new beginnings, and the flowers really symbolize the blossoming into a new area of your life. So it's really beautiful to slow down and, you know, really ritualize and have an intentional space where you reflect on your past, and then also you reflect on where you're going and what you need to do in those next steps. And, you know, almost like creating like a little portal for women to move through is what I'm really good at. So really happy to be doing that. So I'm basically going to follow up with those clients, just double check that everyone's booked in, and just make sure that everything is seamless throughout those days that I'm working. And touch base with some other clients. Another job that I'm doing today is maybe a bit surprising to some people, but I used to have a yoga mat business with my brothers, and we created it during lockdown. And actually it was a real passion project of ours, and we really loved doing it. We got loads of amazing photos. We were sending the mats to loads of influencers. It was great. I studied PR, by the way, at university, so kind of had a bit of an idea for sending to influencers, working with content creators. But honestly, in the end, so sad, but it just didn't align for us. Lockdown kind of finished, and I just started my healing business at that time. My other brother's got his own business too, another business, and my other brother as well was preoccupied with other things, and it just kind of became a bit on the back burner. And if you're building a business, it can't really be on the back burner. It needs to be at the forefront. So this was about 4 years ago, and I've still got some mats. So, and they're gorgeous, and I love them. Honestly, I love them. The design process was amazing. Like, we tested them, like, they're amazing, they're great. But at the moment, my focus is not on trying to sell them to one person. Actually, my task today is to follow up with some yoga studios around the country in the UK to see, if anyone replied to my email about my wholesale prices, and hopefully move some of those mats this year, which would be great. So that's another one of my tasks for today. Okay, and then another one of my tasks, this is mostly like work, money tasks today, as you can probably tell. One of my other tasks is, like I said, I'm self-employed. I also do little bits and bobs for some friends and some family when I need to. But most of my income has always been from Instagram, to be honest. For the last 3 to 4 years, I just started my healing business on Instagram. Like, I was just like, I'm just going to do this because I studied this at university and I know that it can work. But it's not always working like this, you know. Sometimes I've needed to get other little part-time gigs or work for a marketing agency or do social media for a friend or a friend of a friend. So right now I'm good. I don't need to do that, but I have been doing that at the start of the year. But actually my main focus for business at the moment is to create like a market stall. And this is something that my fiance Pablo does, and this is something that Pablo teaches me so much about business, so much about work, and that is basically the you know, I don't know if you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You know, I've just like notoriously been not very good with money, like a lot of my life, and I really want to learn, and it's something that Pablo is amazing at. So he was like, you know, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it was really about, you know, not having loads of liabilities in your business or in your life. It's actually about investing your money and getting more back on your money, and that's like a whole book. Really recommend it. But for someone like Pablo and I, we travel and we make money on the way. Okay, we don't have a mortgage, we don't have any debts. Like, that's not the lifestyle that we want to live. And I know that that lifestyle is sold to so many people in the West, but just for us, we spend a lot of our time in different countries most of the time. So we've spent 4 months in Mexico, and we're about to go to Europe for 3 months. We'll go to the UK for a few months, and then we don't know where we're going to go after that. So it's really important for us that we can obviously make money as we go, and we can, keep flowing and keep living the life that we love. So the next idea that we had for making a bit of money, because I like to have multiple income streams, is to have a market stall. So Pablo makes and sells jewellery. I have a tiny little shell that he made here, but he makes really amazing jewellery. I'm going to show you guys after. And one of my next like little jobs and businesses is, when I go back to the UK, is also I'm going to make a bunch of womb steaming herbs to take with me to Europe. So I want to definitely make some herbs, probably make some tea blends. I also want to buy and support different jewelry here in Mexico, and to support the local mamitas here. And this is the beautiful women and the men that make the beaded jewelry, the earrings, the necklaces. For me, it's really important that I can support these small businesses. When I'm in the UK, I always try and support small businesses. So I'll try and do it here too, and then I'll bring some different things from Mexico back with me, back to Europe to sell when I'm traveling. It is my goal to actually learn to start making jewellery, but at the moment I definitely don't have time. I'm doing too many things on my laptop, but I'm not going to be on my laptop so much when we're in Europe, so hopefully I will learn to start wire wrapping and start being creative in that way. I'd love to learn macrame, but it's just a little bit difficult, honestly. So I'm trying to have some patience, but I find it really hard. So yeah, I'm just trying to feel into the kind of market stall that I want to have. I'd love to have like womb steam, yoni steam. I'd like to have some like gua shas. I'm hoping to make some oil, some body oil as well when I go back home. It was an idea to sell cacao, because we know the people that make the cacao here in Mexico. They're absolutely gorgeous, and it's, you know, people in Europe absolutely love it, but honestly, it's not the best to travel with. So I'm trying to think about things that are going to be really great for travel, things that I could easily pack away in my bag. But we will have a car. We've got a 7-seater car, and our plan is basically to drive around Europe and go to different festivals, sell jewellery, sell different things, and head back to Europe in August. Sorry, head back to England in August. I've got a lot to think about today. I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but I'm basically building a business from scratch again, because I'm not focusing so much on Reiki, on energy healing. I'm now focusing on my women's work, which for me is absolutely imperative that women know what I'm sharing. And I feel so passionately about it, and it's just changed my life, to be honest. It's been the biggest game changer for me, learning all about learning how to care for myself as a woman. So I've started with my ebook that I'm just going to write some emails for, and honestly, it's difficult in the beginning to find the motivation when, I've made some sales and it's really great, but ultimately I'm teaching everyone from the beginning. Like, this is what I'm talking about now, and I feel really passionately about it, but there is very much I'm going on a little bit of a learning curve here, because I'm not 100% sure what content works the best yet for this industry or for this kind of line of work. So I'm kind of experimenting with some different content types. I'm doing a series, and so it's honestly, I love it. This is the line of work that I've done for since I started uni, so since nearly 12 years. So it's all fun and games. I'm really happy to be doing this vlog, and let me know what you think, guys. Hello, love. So my camera's died, so I'm on my phone with my camera. Just finished work. It's like nearly 2 p.m. It's been quite a few hours now. But now calls for swim time. Pablo and I are going to go swimming. Yay! And normally we swim and then we go for lunch. So I'm just going to go do that. But a really productive time. Wrote loads of emails. Got a couple of wholesale bites from my yoga mat, which is great. And yeah. Just gonna go pay and go and swim or go see Pablo. Okay, so now we are on the way to go and see Pablito. So he should be selling his beautiful stock. So he's just over there. Gonna zoom in. Oh, you guys can see him.
Hello, well, I'm here in Mazunte.
Here is some of Pablo's amazing work. Absolutely love working with this jewelry and working with stones. Pablo and I have both individually been working with crystals for over 10 years and working with crystal healings and doing a lot of magic work with the stones and the crystals and the earth. So it's really beautiful that we kind of come together and have this shared interest for his work.
Beach time.
Our plot twist is we've got to the beach and the beach is very
Explosive.
yeah, the whole beach is like flooded. So I was gonna do like a nice little vlog of us swimming on the beach. We do this every day, but I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to even swim actually right now. I'm gonna show you. So this is the beach. Pero normalmente, like, the water is way further. Ah, maybe we give it a go, right? Yeah. Oh, I never see it like this. So here we are, post swim. What do you think, Pablo?
Lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Normally we can like float and, you know, have a lovely time, but right now we can't do that because the waves are too rough. They're too wild for us. Honestly, it's super fun to just sit and watch people surf the waves. So anyway, now we're gonna go and eat lunch a las 3 en la tarde. Peace! So we're having a late lunch today and I really wanted to take you guys to this local Mexican family that I absolutely adore, but they're closed, unfortunately. The mum is at her daughter's high school. So we kind of opted for getting these tortas, which is kind of like a French baguette kind of vibe. So not very Mexican, not very great for the vlog, but this is my authentic day. Eso es mi practicar mi español con mi novio. What I want to say is to Pablo, you should go and buy the drink. Tú debes ir a comprar la bebida. Bueno. Vamos. Wow.
See it here.
Tú debes ir a comprar la bebida.
Yo tengo que ir a comprar la bebida.
We had this and it was ham, cheese and some salad inside. And then we saw one of our friends from the Netherlands and her children. Yes, I asked her if she would be okay with being in this vlog. I ask everyone before they are on the vlog. And so we had a little chat with her. And then we met Kylie, which is my friend that I did my yoga teacher training with in India nearly 6 years ago now. And we just randomly bumped into each other here, which is amazing. Pablo's just giving her a crystal reading. If anyone buys anything from Pablo's store, then they get a crystal reading, which is really beautiful. And then we made some other friends and we invited them back to our cabin and we all went for a walk to watch the sunset. We went all the way down to Mermejita and we had a lovely time with the full moon. Came back to my house and we spoke about all things divine feminine, and just want to thank you guys so much for watching.